Hello, lovely Sassy Girl fans. Welcome to another exciting show. On today's discussion, we are going to look at extrajudicial killings by police and the military here in Ghana. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Did you know that between the year 2017 to 2022, there has been over 180 violence against civilians in Ghana? Did you remember the brutalities during the 2020 elections? Let me remind you. 5 people were killed by gunshot by the police in December 2020 election. Do you also remember the Nkranza incident where 1 person was killed and 5 injured by the police? Let me remind you, a recent killing at the West Hills Mall, where 1 person, a shopper, an innocent person who went to shop, couldn't come back home. Very sad. These are worrying in Ghana. Then another extrajudicial killings in Ghana, a very recent one within this week, where 10 people were killed by the military at Boko, including a 12-year-old, somebody's child, somebody's niece.
In fact, that child's father was also murdered.
What is happening? Are the police not supposed to be our friends? Are they not there to protect and guide us?
And is the military supposed to be
And is the military supposed to work on the land? Why is it that some of them are trigger happy? My father was a proud soldier, and I have siblings in the military. Growing up, we never heard such stories. What is becoming of the new military people and the police? We are not your enemies. You are supposed to be our friends. Why is it that the military and the police are always short of professionalism? Why? What have poor Ghanaian citizens done? I am emotional. It's disheartening, and I'm sad by these things.
With this, we actually we worked on an article. That was last year. So we'll refer to the article mainly. We'll also make it available in the comment section.
Yes.
So the article that we worked on, it's on community policing experience, public trust in the police, citizens' psychological safety, and then community well-being. The article mainly talks about how the police, basically the world is looking at policing where it has to be community-based. Right? So in Ghana, we are all divided, the whole country is divided into communities. I mean, at the list level. And then how do we make sure that we get rid of crime at the very base? And one of the key things, we use so many variables, but one of the main things that we spoke about as the mediator was the fact that they need to be trust. Right? And then there have been so many writers, researchers that have said that, well, in the game of policing, we need to look at how police engage the people, the community, and be able to create that trust within the communities that they live in. So we'll refer to some of the things that we have written, and then we'll discuss them in the context of the judicial killings that we've seen nowadays. And then we'll also share our personal experiences. So some of the things that have been introduced, or that a lot of researchers are asking for, is the fact that we want police engagement, and then urban community policing to be done based on trust. Right? That's what a lot of researchers have called.
Because, this is not North America, where people carry guns. Ghanaians don't walk around with guns. We don't walk around with guns. So why is it that when there is maybe a riot, you tend to shoot in? The crowd, oftentimes it is peddling of stones. That's what they do. Of course, it can hurt someone. But you have been trained.
So they are saying that, so in the article, we said that in modern policing should look at institutional transformation, pragmatic solution, and then citizen cooperation. But that cannot be done if the people in the community do not trust the police, right? I have had situations where two encounter with police. One, I was driving on the motorway. I was very sick. I was just coming back from the hospital. I had police stopped me, pulled me over, and then they said they were stopping me, and I was like, well, sorry, it's raining heavily, so I didn't even realize that someone was stopping. I just want to get home. And then this policeman pointing a gun at me, telling me that he will kill me and nothing will happen. Right? He will kill me and nothing will happen. Honestly, it was raining. The road was empty, so he could have actually
killed.
Yeah.
For what? For driving home?
Yeah. And then nothing would have happened. Another time I was with Sheila.
Yes.
Getting back home. Then another police just drove high speed, crossed us. Then we stopped the car at once. Then he got out. He was stopping the car. Didn't we use this road? And I said, no, we didn't use that road.
Okay.
And he said, okay, then maybe he missed the car that he was trying to stop.
Yeah.
Then I questioned him. I was like, why are you driving at such high speed?
Yeah.
Can't you see that this is a community? You will hurt someone. Do you know what the police told him?
No.
They are allowed to kill in the discharge of their work.
I don't know. This is sad.
Right?
It's unfortunate.
So they once they are doing their work, the law permits them
You see two
to kill.
women, young girls, and you
Yeah.
can kill them.
Yeah.
Take
The
them
law
to the police
permits
station.
them. So in essence, he driving like a mad dog on the road. If he knocks down anyone,
Yeah,
the
he was
law
working.
The law will let
Because
him
he can
go.
fabricate story.
Yeah, and it's actually in the law. So police are not held responsible for the things the crimes that they commit in the discharge of their duties.
Because most of them will lie.
And cover
Like
it
the
up.
West Hills issue. They will lie and cover it. They know what the issues are, the
Yeah.
serious offenses
Yeah.
are.
But
They will say this, he stopped you and you sped off.
yeah,
So you look suspicious,
Yeah,
or as
then-
he said,
yeah.
well, he missed the car he was trailing.
So he'll get rid of you and nothing will happen. But for us to be able to get rid of crime, as we are co-authors of this paper with some
Yeah.
other people, as we suggested, is the fact that policing needs to be based on trust. And for me, honestly, I don't trust the police.
Okay, I have
So-
not had an issue with the police. Yeah.
I don't trust
I haven't.
the police.
Oftentimes when they stop me, they all do it. It's all about, hey, it's lunchtime, can I have some money?
Yeah.
That is it. I've not had any, adverse struggle with the police or any altercation. It's always about money, so
Yeah.
I avoid them.
Yeah.
I try to avoid them. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's a nuisance.
Oh, yeah,
Let me
it is.
go.
It is.
Don't waste my time. But
It
you know
is.
what? Sometimes we shouldn't be overwhelmed or annoyed when they stop us. Probably a passenger is being kidnapped. Let's think about these things.
Yeah, but-
so stop us, don't ask us for money, leave us alone.
And don't threaten people.
Don't
Because,
threaten people.
I mean, the base of it, if you want people to, like what is happening in Boku,
Yeah?
if you want people to come out with information on who the trouble causes are, etc. Because in this article, we also wrote it, that the point is, whistleblowers, we the public, we do not feel secure. We do not trust the police enough to come to you and say that, you know what, this and that people are the people causing the problem.
Because we have heard that the police know the offenders.
criminals.
They
And
know
then
them, but sometimes,
they will tell the criminals that it's this and that.
yeah.
Kweku and Mensa
Yes.
came to us and told
Yeah.
us that you are
So
doing
that
this.
is the issue, the trust issue
Trust.
that we have. So,
Right.
so far as I'm not meddled or a part of that crime, let me go my way. Yeah.
So we are seeing all this judicial killings in Ghana, the military, the police perpetuating such violence against Ghanaian citizens.
Mhm.
And I think that the one thing that we are as academics or we as citizens, we want to stop. We just want it to stop.
Yeah. We just want to enjoy our
We just
country
want it to
peacefully.
Because when people start, when people distrust police, they tend to take the law into their own
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah.
So if I go to the police will not attend to me. So I want to do it myself.
So that is the issue with North America.
Exactly.
So they don't trust the police. They want the police to be defunded. We don't want those things here. We don't want it to get here.
Yeah.
So everybody is carrying gun,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the typical African American society.
So
And we don't want our young
Yeah.
men
Yeah.
here to start entertaining those thoughts that, hey, this is how the police are, so let me go to the riot with a gun, so that if they tend to, I will quickly.
Yeah.
We don't want that here. We are known to be a very peaceful,
Very
peaceful
peaceful
people. So
very
please,
peaceful people.
yeah.
And the point is, trust has an effect on psychological safety. So if I feel that I can trust you, then it means that psychologically I've prepared myself to always come to you as a police.
Yeah.
And if there is any situation, I will talk to you. And it goes to affect the well-being of every community.
Oh yes.
At the base of it, all you want to do is to get out crime from the community. But if we are seeing the police, the military as the institutions that are perpetuating this crime
Yeah.
against civilians, the very people that they are supposed to protect. Because in Ghana, you barely hear about civilians attacking civilians.
Oh no.
But every day in the news, you hear about police attacking
Yes.
civilians.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
very common.
Yeah, it's
military
very common.
attacking civilians.
Yes.
That also didn't used to be.
No, not at
When
all.
you hear civilians attacking,
Military.
attacking civilians.
No.
But now it's so common. Every day I'm hearing that these soldiers. We saw videos at Nkonya. Is it Nkonya or Nkranza?
Yeah, in France.
Where the
Yeah.
police, where Kaka was killed, somewhere in the Ashanti region, the police actually went on their
Yeah,
knees
that story.
and targeted
That
into
story. Kaka.
the military.
Do you
people
know
went
if eventually
into
they
their
said it
knees.
was his brother or so who rather killed him?
That's how they'll cover it
Kaka.
up. So how does activism
The late
turn
Kaka.
into somebody's death? You do not want citizens to carry out to be activists. How do we get change if citizens do not say that this
did
thing
that
here
story
shouldn't be done this way? You know, it's citizens that cause change. We are the people that will talk about the problem and change will occur. So how does me being an activist become my death? And other people also
Last
died
year,
in the
there was
process.
also one fine gentleman who died in the custody of the police.
Exactly.
They said that guy was a criminal.
Whilst that guy was a whistleblower.
Wow. Are we safe?
That was what happened at Nkranza or something.
Yeah.
That guy was a whistleblower. According to their MP, he was a whistleblower who saw policemen getting engaged in criminality
They arrested him
and killed him.
However, he died. He died in your hands.
Yeah. How
In
does
your
a
custody.
citizen die
In
in
your
the
custody.
hands of the institution that is supposed to protect him? Even the West Hill Mall, he was alive when he was taken away, but ended up dead with bruises all over him. So what happened to him within that transfer? What happened to him? So I think that basically we do not want Ghana to become the countries that we see around.
Yeah.
We do not want to see the rise of Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram.
No.
These are the things that give birth
No.
to such institutions.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
true.
And it all boils down to trust. So IGP, these articles that we have written just last year, the two of them, are highly cited all over the world, right? The Americans are asking for it. They are sending us messages on research gates. They
Yeah.
want it. These are things that you should look out for.
Yeah.
There are so many suggestions that we have made in there.
listen to. I'm almost tearing up. So let's look at the conclusion of our article on community policing. And it says that as an outcome of this, community policing experience, public trust in the police, and citizens' psychological safety were analyzed as important factors to increase community well-being. If you say you are friends, the police is your friend.
That trust.
Then the effect of trust in police to be a higher influencer of community well-being than even the community police experience and psychological safety. So the key word is trust.
The fact that you have 1,001 soldiers in Boku doesn't mean that there will be peace. What will bring peace is trust.
We also concluded that trust building process in the police has been established as a major determinant of community well-being. Help us trust you. Let's look at these implications. That the effect of public trust in the police and citizens' felt state of psychological safe communities can be provided to policing policy makers, police administrators, and local policing units for strategy and tactics modification. You need to change something.
Oh yeah.
Stop harassing people.
Oh, yeah.
Stop collecting the 112 CDs.
Oh, yeah.
Stop dragging people to ATMs. Stop forcing them to send you momos. The study further highlights that probable negative consequences of divulging information to the police about potential and actual crime may hinder citizens from engaging with police.
Absolutely.
Hence, police administrators, you must find ways to conceal identities of whistleblowers on crime and its related issues so that they do not suffer any personal costs. Yeah, so that is it. These are the implications. Let us trust you. Protect the identities. Even in research, we do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much more?
And practice. I mean,
Crime.
it is your job to protect. So protect. It's that simple. Protect.
What happened to the bullion van, whatever, killing?
You know, 2 cops were murdered just around Boteman. 2 cops that were supposedly part of it.
Yes.
How did they were?
We even heard they even whistleblowed. They were whistleblowers, or
they were in the custody of the police. How are you going to catch other people? Then the people that are in your custody, you take them to the place.
Crime scene.
Whilst
Yes.
they told you when
Yes.
the thing is taking
Yes.
place. And then you want us to believe that by accident they got killed.
Many years ago.
Honestly,
Years ago, there was this police who was killed by their own people at Winneba. So he was at home. There was, I think, some armed robbery incident. He heard it. He sat in his car chasing the armed robbers. He was in Mufti. And the police people too were in another vehicle chasing him, thinking that he was the armed robber. They killed their own. When I heard the story, I broke down in tears.
I think that
What is happening?
When it comes to crime, we as Ghanaians, all we want is to hear stories from other places and say, thank God this is not Ghana. And we want to maintain it like that. All the crime in South Africa, where people are gunned down on the streets, how do you kill Lucky Dube? They kill their own people.
Yeah.
How do you kill AKA? You know, they just have a way of killing their own stars. The things that we hear in America, where people are gunned down on the streets, let it continue to be stories that we hear.
Yeah.
But
we even want the whole world to be free of these killings.
But we know it won't happen. Because America produced guns. They sell it to their own citizens. So let's end it there. That is what they want
How
to
they
do.
want to, yeah.
But It shouldn't be in Ghana.
No.
It shouldn't be our portion because that is not what we have subscribed
No.
to. No. Right? Anyways.
This has been another episode of the Sassy Girl Talk. The police, you said you have this tagline that you are our friends. Let's continue the friendship. We want to live longer. We don't want to die by a gunshot.
Yeah.
No. We don't want to die by manhandling of the police or the military. No. We want to walk about freely and do our own things as Ghanaians. Please protect us so that when we trust you, we can come to you with stories, with what we have seen. You know, last year there was this tagline, when you see something, say something.
Yeah.
But when we see and we are afraid to say,
and we don't trust you,
then what happens? Yeah. You know what? We know the economy is hard as always, maybe a bit harder. The recruitment process shouldn't be for those who have not gone to school. It shouldn't be for school dropouts. So in the recruitment process, let's have aptitude tests. I know you do it at the senior level, but the junior level, those who start with at constable or whatever, they should also have at least some secondary school education. They should go through real training.
Some of us, we actually believe that they should go to 2 years at least.
Yes.
You know, where
training they learn about
customer
this
service, how
and
to
all
treat.
that.
They need all that.
They need more training, not just the physical endurance, but the mental ones also. And the politicians stop sneaking people, your tags, into the police service and even the military.
Because when you leave government, they become what?
Yeah.
To you, they affect you too. Now you are being protected because you're gone. In 8 years, you are back to square one, just like the rest of us.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, share, send us your comments, and this article will be left in the comment section.
Yeah,
the
we'll
link
leave
to
a
it.
link.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This has been another episode of the Sassy Girl Talk. I am Akofa. Bye bye.